Hello to all my subscribers. I wish you a great start to the week or whenever you're watching this. Now let's get on with Season 6 of What If Naruto Was Ignored by His Family and Made a Contract with the Kitsune. If you want a 7th season, keep showing this fanfic some love. Enjoy.
20. Invasion Aftermath. Arg Naruto grunted as he woke up in a white room on a bed. Okay, so I'm in a hospital, what happened? He thought out loud. Last thing he remembered was taking down Gaara. He didn't know what happened afterwards. You were unconscious, chakra exhaustion. You were out for 2 days, Kurama informed him. 2 days. 2 days. What happened? Naruto asked. Kurama shrugged his shoulders. Beats the fuck out of me. I don't know, you had visitors but they weren't saying much. That Shizen lady would take care of you often and Sayori, Yakumo, Anko and Haku would see you but not much else. Naruto nodded his head in understanding. He looked around, hoping to find his fox companion. Where did Kichiro go? He said as he got up from the bed, wearing a navy blue shirt and gray sweats. Basically Sasuke's outfit from when he fought Naruto on the roof of the hospital. He began to walk around the hospital, hopefully to find someone. He noticed there were more people in the hospital than usual, seeing as a lot of people were injured during the invasion. Some were most likely on their deathbed, just saying their final goodbyes to their loved ones, which inwardly tore at Naruto, though he couldn't explain why. While these people he could care less for, the feeling of saying goodbye to a member of your family, felt sympathy for them. He just hopes he never experiences that. Nurses were flying down each hall in a speedy fashion. They were overrun and understaffed. Not a lot of doctors are in the force nowadays since the last Great War. He had yet to even see the streets of Konoha. He didn't know what they looked like. Naruto. Naruto turned to see Shizune standing there with a clipboard. Shizune. Naruto, what are you doing here? You should be resting, the medic said. Sorry, I just woke up and I was curious as to know where everyone was and how long I was out. Also, where's Kichiro? Shizune sighed. Well, don't worry, your teammates are fine, don't worry. Sayori had a few bumps and some slight chakra exhaustion, but she'll live. Yakumo had more serious injuries, but not too serious. She had some deep cuts, but she'll live. She was released yesterday, so as long as she takes it easy, she'll make full recovery. And Anko? Well, who really has the energy and the unstable mind to kill Anko? Naruto nodded his head with 100% agreement. That woman is a different breed. Well, I think I seen Kichiro go off with that older fox, so you should summon him later, Naruto-kun. As to how long you've been here? Let me see. It's been a long day and so many patients are swarming in left and right, so forgive me if I don't know right off the bat. Naruto shook his head with a sad smile. It's alright really, Shizune. I understand. How is the village recovering? Shizune frowned. It's been worse, but we're definitely not in a very good spot right now, Naruto-kun. Many perished in the attack, including the 3rd Hokage. Naruto frowned. He may not have been close to the man, but Hiruzen was fair to him. He at least acknowledged his existence. He wasn't very sad about his untimely death, but he couldn't say he was overly happy about it either. He was just indifferent. Ah, here we are. You were in here for 2 days from chakra exhaustion. Look, Naruto-kun, you have large chakra reserves for your age, even with the 9 tails chakra boost now, but don't push it, okay? Okay, Ne-san, I got it. So you figured it out about Uchiha? Shizune sighed. It wasn't hard to figure out since I was in the room to check up on you. I had to do examinations to figure out what was wrong with you. Your chakra was little, but it was attached to something red aura too. Besides, Jiraiya wouldn't shut up about you stealing your siblings' gifts. Well, it was never a gift to begin with, so they can suck eggs, Naruto groaned. Speaking of, you should check in on Hokage-sama. He's checked in. He suffered a stab from Orochimaru's snakeskin blade, trying to protect the 3rd Hokage before he died. We got the poison out of his body so he'll live. He's been asking for you since he heard of your hospitalization. Go visit him. He's down the hall to the second last door on the left. I have to go now, my break is over. Take care, Naruto-kun. Wait, where can I check out? I'm feeling fine. I can leave, right? Shizune turns around and smiles sweetly. That's the thing, Naruto-kun. You don't check out. You're not leaving here until I say so. Naruto frowned. In loving memory of Naruto Kitsune, 1994 to 2007. I'ma die in here without anyone caring. He made his way down the hall to find Minato's room. He was sitting up, looking out the window to see the village. Naruto knocked on the door, making Minato turn his head. "Oh, Naruto. You're okay. I'm glad." Naruto walked in and sat on one of the guest chairs. "Yeah, well, it seems we both had a rough time during this invasion, huh?" Minato scratched his head. "You're telling me? I never thought Orochimaru would be so strong. It was almost frightening. Well, for what it's worth, I'm sorry about the third Hokage, Minato." Minato took a deep sigh. Yes, that stung. But he went out the way he wanted it to. That's all a shinobi can really hope for in this life, Naruto. The younger blonde nodded his head. It made sense. Shinobi rarely got to choose how they died, so getting that is honestly as good as any normal death. I suppose Tsunade and Jiraiya are taking this harder than anyone, I suppose. Oh, definitely Tsunade. She went to go drink and gamble away the town while I told her the village needs rebuilding and its injured civilians need better attention. Though she didn't hear a word I said. Too busy grieving. Jiraiya, he went to go think of the good times he had with his sensei while probably peeping. Naruto growled before shooting up from his chair. I don't know why you let them run all over you just because you're younger than them. They need to grow the fuck up. I get that this just happened, but everyone is moving on and doing their share part and mourning together. Why are they any different? It's selfish. Minato smiled slightly. If he didn't know any better, he would think his son was sticking up for him. Well, Naruto, I gave them a week before they were ordered to come back to duty, so I don't mind. I understand. Naruto frowned. Yeah, but still, they're a bunch of knobgobblers, he mumbled, but the Hokage still laughed. Actually, I agree, Naruto. The two shared a laugh, but it got silent pretty quick. So, where is the Uzumakis? That's where Minato's light mood became a little dark. Well, last I heard from them when they visited was that Naruto, Menma, and Kushina were at home. During the invasion, Kushina was protecting the stadium while Naruto and Menma were tasked with getting civilians under protection in the safe hideout for villagers, but Menma decided on a different course of action. Naruto frowned. What do you mean? Minato sighed. This report came from your comrade, Shikamaru Nara. That made Naruto frown even further. If a complaint came from him, you know he was pissed off because Shikamaru, though he whines about everything troublesome, would rather sleep it off than cause unnecessary issues. So whatever Menma did that irked the Nara was something to be heard. You see, it was when the rescue team were on their way to find you. Mini flashback. Oh, you fucking idiot. Shikamaru shouted as he saw Menma jump on the branch in front of him. What are you doing here, lazy ass? Thinking you can stop me? I'll drop you on your ass. Shikamaru. Now move. Shikamaru glared. Normally, he wouldn't even bother to keep a conversation with the Uzumaki for more than 10 seconds. He was a brat that had no manners and just wanted something that would appease him, like the male Uchiha classmate of his. He was an annoyance to the Nara, so he would usually do his best to ignore him, but this time he couldn't. He was about to get him and his current squad killed because of whatever that was going on in his head. So no matter how lazy he was, he needed to deal with this problem. What the hell? Why are you even here? Do you know what you've done? Menma glared at him. Done what, dumbass? Hurry up. I need to catch up. You brought a large sound Jonin squad with you. You were tailed. Didn't you notice? The Nara surprisingly shouted, using energy even he didn't know he had. Menma was surprised, as he showed it on his face for 2 seconds before he smirked. Then let me deal with them. They can't match an Uzumaki, especially when he is the son of the Hokage. Just watch. No, you idiot. Look, now that you're here, it's actually better. You can lure the enemy into traps that I'll lay out and dash. Fuck that. Just attack. Menma shouted as he charged in the direction of where the enemies were appearing. No. You idiot. The sound Jonin were watching as a kid charged them. He made 10 shadow clones, the leading Jonin spike as the kid was charging. Give him everything we've got. Soon the Jonin easily demolished the Genin shadow clones before going after the original. Menma frowned as he summoned another clone to do the Rasengan, but a Jonin rushed him, throwing a kunai at the clone before body checking the Uzumaki into a tree, knocking him unconscious from the force. Shikamaru panicked, seeing his only backup getting knocked out. He went for the hand seal to begin his shadow paralysis, but a Jonin grabbed his neck and began to choke him out with one hand. "You're out of your depth, kid. Nighty-night." Before Shikamaru bit the dust, a chakra knife was somehow embedded in the Jonin's throat, shocking his colleagues and Shikamaru, dropping to the floor dead and releasing the Nara. Shikamaru noticed the blade in the Jonin's throat and smiled faintly when he noticed the uniqueness of it. "Took your time, Asuma-sensei," he muttered before nearly fainting from relief. He was so scared. He didn't even notice the sounds of the other sound ninja dying at the hands of his skilled sensei, who had went brawler mode. After killing all the ninja, Asuma took a big moke from his cigarette and exhaled the smoke. "Shikamaru, you did well considering the circumstances." The Nara chuckled as he glared at Menma's body. "Yeah. Considering. Let's just get back." End of flashback. So that's what happened. Menma nearly got Shikamaru and basically the whole squad killed had Asuma not seen those sound Nin's head in the forest. Minato finished. "Where's Shikamaru? Is he all right?" Naruto asked, concerned for his friend. "Well, knowing Shikoku and seeing that's his son, he's probably in bed by now." Naruto chuckled a little. "That definitely sounds like Shikamaru. And Menma is home. Good." "Naruto," Minato said scoldingly. "He nearly got my friends killed on some selfish bullshit. Minato, I don't care anymore. If you don't do something, I will." Minato frowned. He knew that already. He knew the course of action he would have to take. "I know, Naruto. That's why I'm removing Menma from the shinobi program. He's unfit to be a ninja." Naruto widened his eyes. He was just gonna suggest that Minato beat his ass or he would have to, but this worked out even better. Maybe. Yeah, that's good. It'll maybe teach him some humility to be away from all the action. Minato's sweat dropped. "You were thinking of beating him up, weren't you? It's just one more time. It won't be in public. Just in the forest, away from the people." "No, what kind of father would I be if I turned a blind eye to family violence? A pretty dope-ass father. That's what. More like I would be on dope if I allowed it." "No, Naruto." The two blonde crossed their arms and turned their heads with a pout. "Humph," they said. After staying like that for a while, Naruto sighed. "So, you're considered to be the fastest shinobi alive, right?" Minato blushed a bit. "Well, I don't like to toot my own horn, but yeah, that's your old man." Naruto rolled his eyes. "If so, how did you get hurt like this? I mean, I know you were only protecting the third Hokage, but still." Minato sighed. "Well," flashback, 2 flying Raijin users were seen in the barrier, clashing with one another. The only thing that was remotely visible was their color of hair. Silver was the reanimated second Hokage and yellow was the current fourth Hokage. The speed if the Hokages were just baffling to anyone watching. They even slowed down for Tobirama to try and attack Minato, but Minato was on the fly, ready to fight as well. He was pissed and ready to fight. Tobirama sent a fast punch to Minato, who dodged just as fast. He sent his kunai in Tobirama's side of his body, jammed it in and removed it in a lightning fashion. Tobirama frowned as he kicked Minato back and pulled out 5 paper bombs that flew out at Minato, but he flashed around them easy. Tobirama ran through hand seals. Water style. Water bullet jutsu. Minato had to work double time as to dodge the multiple water bullets that formed in the air. His water style is unmatched. He even forms water in the particles of the air. Lord Second was truly fearsome, but still. He'll be no match for my Rasen Flash Super Circle Dance Howl Stage 3 dash. Pause flashback. Wait. You go around calling your jutsu Super Rasengan Flying Wolf Level 3. Naruto said, interrupting Minato telling the story. For your information, it's called Flying Raijin. Super Circle Dance Howl Stage 3. You little shit. Anyway, don't interrupt. Naruto waved both his hands in defense while Minato cleared his voice. He hated being interrupted in his storytelling, especially when it's to mock his jutsu names. They're awesome, other people just don't get it. Anyway, resume flashback. Minato pulled out multiple tri-pronged kunai and threw them in place around Tobirama. He readied the seal on his hand. Alright, Lord Second. It'll all be over. Tobirama had a blank look on his face before he ran through hand seals. Bringer of darkness. Soon as Minato was about to begin his jutsu, he saw everything around him go black. Wah! He thought out loud. He never saw something like this before. He soon felt a punch in his gut that had him off his feet. He coughed up blood from the power behind it. He frowned as he wiped up the blood from his mouth. I think this is a genjutsu? In that case. Release! When he shouted it though, nothing happened. Minato frowned in confusion before he felt a fast punch in his face that shook his whole body. Minato frowned as he stood on his 2 feet to stabilize himself. Looks like I have got no choice. Minato slapped his hands together, gathering chakra in Bis' body. In just a few moments, his eyelids began to change to orange and his irises went yellow with minus-shaped pupils. Minato had entered Sage mode. As soon as he changed, he formed a Rasengan. He senses a hit on his right. He ducked under it and rammed the Rasengan into Tobirama's gut, breaking the top half of him again and breaking out of the genjutsu. Minato took the time to seal him up by doubling the immortalizing seal on him before he had the chance to reform. He also used scrolls he had to wrap him up in it and seal him in there too, making him look like a mummy. He pressed another seal on it and activated it. You were formidable opponent, Lord Second, but I am the current Hokage of Konoha, and I must make sure I don't let any harm come to it. After hearing no response, Minato sighed. It worked for now. He needed to stop Orochimaru to really cancel this jutsu. He sensed chakra usage on the left, so he knew it was them. Minato ran crazily fast over there, wasting no time. Please let me make it in time, he shouted to himself. He arrived to find Jiraiya on his ass with a bleeding wound on right side with Hashirama was standing above him, still as a board while Hiruzen and Orochimaru were fighting, one with a long bow staff and the other with a snakeskin sword. Jiraiya! He called out to the man. The white-haired sage turned with a grin. Finally got him under a seal. Lord First was fine a minute ago. Then he just flipped shit once we ganged up on Orochimaru. Seems the snake bastard strengthened his hold on him. We fought again, but I was just barely able to get him under an immortalization seal. He almost got me. Minato sighed. I know, Lord Second nearly got me too had I not used Sage mode. Stay here. I help Hiruzen. Jiraiya nodded as he just blacked out afterwards, his injury getting to him. Minato sighed as he bit his thumb and ran through hand seals. Summoning Jutsu. He slammed his hand down and summoned 2 small toads. One was an old male and another one was a female with a purple hair. Fukusaka-sama, Shima-sama. I'm sorry to have to call you. The male Todd named Fukusaka spoke. Minato boy? What is it? What do you want? Pa, it's Jiraiya. The female toad Shima spoke in fear as she saw the wound and the man steadily breathing. Minato boy, what happened? There's not enough time to explain. There's an invasion, Orochimaru attacked but Jiraiya. He's hurt. Take him to MT Mayaboku and heal him as best as you guys can. Fukusaka nodded. Right, but I expect you to summon us later and explain things. Our treatment will have Jiraiya out for a while. Minato nodded, watching as the 2 toads took his sensei back to their realm to heal him, leaving the blonde man there. He sighed as he felt the effect of Sage mode wear off. I can never stay in this mode longer than a few minutes. He thought in annoyance. He really needed it for the next battle, but he figured he'll just make do. Now for you, Orochimaru. Minato ran up to them. Seeing the fight, G began to cease as the former Hokage had began a jutsu that Minato knew all too well. No! Reaper Death Seal. Hiruzen no! Orochimaru had summoned his sword to stab Hiruzen. Minato frowned as he used Flying Raijin to flash himself behind Hiruzen to block the attack, but the sword came directly in his stomach. He coughed up blood. Well, doesn't this bring B back and memories? He spoke as he coughed. Minato, Hiruzen yelled in concern while Orochimaru laughed. Well, I'll be my hated rival for Kage instead of my hated sensei. What a trade. Quite frankly, I wonder what you wish to do. I mean, my sword hasn't finished stabbing just yet. Orochimaru flexed his fingers again, making the sword move in Minato's body towards Orochimaru's direction, making the blonde groan in pain as the tip came out the back of the fourth. The hilt of the sword was caught in Minato, so it just pulled him, despite his protest, towards Hiruzen and stabbed him too, getting the elder man to grunt. Hiruzen, no? Minato said in vain. Orochimaru only laughed again, seemed to be enjoying his time. Well, isn't this a sight to witness? If only Tsunade and Jiraiya were here, I'd have an enemy kebab. Hiruzen frowned, blood pouring out his lips. Minato, I'm going to do the Reaper death seal. What? No. Hiruzen, there has to be another way. I got lucky when I used it. The Shinigami said that he didn't collect my should because I had an important role here. It foresaw something in the near future for me, but for you dash. Stop your babbling. You're the fourth Hokage, for crying out loud. I lived and did my duty for this village. It's up to you now to take care of it until the next fire shadow oversees you. Minato remained quiet. I don't care if I die here, as long as I take my most greatest regret with me. I should be able to fix my mistakes in life. Don't take this from me. I will fix my greatest mistake. Orochimaru. The snake Sannin was looking at him with amusement, but he then felt a hand in his stomach. He looked to see Hiruzen's hands were on his shoulders. He checked to see Minato, who was still trying to pull out the blade from his body with his own two hands. Orochimaru frowned as he felt weaker. Who was doing this? Feeling a bit weak? Have you seen it yet? Hiruzen asked. Orochimaru grew confused until he saw the aura behind the two. It was big and it was pretty damn scary and demonic. It was a godly being, of course. Its big white shaggy hair and dead skin with equally dead yellow eyes with sharp animalistic teeth. It had a knife in his mouth as well, with souls dancing around sadly or angrily in its belly. The screams of its victims were so hollow it was hard to describe its emotions behind it. Orochimaru went paler than he already was. Are you out of your fucking mind? You think I'll allow you to send me there? You old fool. Orochimaru pulled more on his sword, but it won't come since Minato had a strong grip on it. Hiruzen sighed. He hadn't have the strength to get Orochimaru's full sword out of him, so he'd have to settle for something else. His arms. Minato. Hiruzen. Take care of Konoha. I leave her in your hands. And give Naruto-kun my regards. I didn't help him much in the end, but still, out of all your kids, he was my favorite. Minato nodded his head. I'll be sure to tell him. Hiruzen smiled to him before he shouted. I may not be able to take your blasted soul with me, due to my frail old body, but I will definitely take something of yours that you treasure so greatly for all the transgressions you have caused innocents. Orochimaru. I will take your arms, the very engine which kick-starts your terrible just-do. Stop it. Stop it, you old fossil. You wouldn't fucking dare dash. But it was too late. The Shinigami cut off the arms of Orochimaru and sealed it within his belly. And since he was at it, the Shinigami took Hashirama and Tobirama too, since he saw souls that shouldn't be around. Tobirama went first. The soul came out, nodding to Minato. You've done well, stripling. Take care of the leaf. Minato nodded his head. I will lord second. Tobirama was sucked in to the Shinigami's stomach. Next was Hashirama. Ah, the warmth of Konoha. It was nice to feel you once again. Till another time. Oh, Orochimaru. Fuck you, the first said as he raised his middle finger before going in. The Shinigami began to leave, but before he did, he looked down to Minato, who saw it and frowned. I know. It's not my time, but soon. The Shinigami nodded its head before disappearing out of sight. Hiruzen dropped to the ground, dead. Orochimaru watched as his arms were turning dead too. Purple. He roared in pain. Minato pulled out the snake sword and readied his stance. Orochimaru was all that's left. Despite nearly bleeding out, he would fight this man to his dying breath. Orochimaru, you won't escape. Minato was barely clinging to consciousness, but the Sannin knew this would be a win. Even without his arms, but he heard the barrier nearly being broken. He cursed, only a high-level Fuinjutsu master would be able to break it. Kushina. He loathed the name. Sound 5. Retreat. The 5 shinobi from his village jump in to grab their leader and leave immediately. Minato saw this, he immediately dropped to the ground, going unconscious. The last thing he saw was a redhead along with other jonin running in his direction before blacking out. End flashback. And that's all I remember, Minato said. Naruto sat there on the chair, looking confused on something. Hiruzen, despite him never even uttering a single sentence to the blonde boy, did actually care for him. In fact, he was his favorite. Naruto didn't really know how to take that. I mean, thank you, Lord Third, but fuck you still. What the hell? When I needed you most, you were nowhere to be found, but I forgive. Rest in peace, you old fuck. So, what did you mean the Shinigami wanted something from you? Minato sat on the bed with no real answer to that. It just said that my death wasn't supposed to happen back then when you 3 were born or back there on the roof. It said my death later on will bring about a change to something. It didn't say anything else on the matter. Naruto frowned. What would Minato's death bring? Kurama, do you have a clue? To be honest, no, I don't really. This is a first. Usually those who used that just do die. It's extraordinarily rare for your father to still live after that. On the down low, I think the Shinigami might be gay for your father. And there I go, regretting ever asking you for shit. Naruto sighed as he got up. Well, be that as it may. I'm all right now and I'm gonna go check on the village. Get better soon, Minato. Otherwise, they might replace you with someone else. Minato laughed. Well then, I just have to recover faster then. Take care, Naruto. Wait, are you really allowed to leave the hospital? Naruto smiled. Instead of going out the door, he moved to the window. Give it an hour before they notice I'm gone. I'm going home to shower and change, then pay my respects to the third and then, I don't know, maybe chill I guess. Check to see what's up with my team. Minato smiled before he began to smirk mischievously. Are you sure you're not going to check up on Sayori-chan? Utter that again and I'll kill you. Naruto jumped out the window, leaving a chuckling Minato behind, but he stopped once he saw Shizune charge in the room and to the window. Damn it, Naruto, you're supposed to be resting. Naruto shouted back with the enthusiasm. Suck on my nuts. You idiot. Love you, Shizune. The same black-haired doctor groaned in annoyance and turned to her Kage, who was seriously trying to avoid eye contact by holding up a newspaper with trembling hands. Meanwhile, with Naruto, he was jumping through Konoha with open eyes to see what had happened to his home. It was a bit damaged here and there, but the village was still standing strong. The academy was alright, so he can safely say Irika was not out of a job telling at kids just yet. Naruto took time to stop jumping around the rooftops and actually just walk home. He was walking through the crowd in his hospital outfit and took notice of all the smiles he was receiving. Good afternoon, Naruto-kun. A man greeted while passing the blonde boy on the street. Yeah, good afternoon, he answered back in confusion. Good afternoon, Naruto-sama. Glad you're all right, a woman said with her child passing by with ice cream in their hands. Oh really, thank you, he answered back with a weirded out smile. Oh hey, Naruto-kun. Oh Namike-sama, or is it Uzumaki-Samoa or Kitsune-sama? Naruto watched that villager in his face. Kitsune-sama, please. And wait. No, just Naruto. Oh wow, it's Naruto, you're awake, man. Those were some really impressive matches. Yeah, man, that was sick. The Prince of Konoha walking through our streets. Oh my god. It's Naruto-kun. He's so cute. Well sucks, he's mine. Actually, he's dating that Uchiha girl, but she can never please him. Not like I can, and I have various ways. No, he's mine. No, mine. Naruto K-Yun. Naruto ran like his life depended on it. He ran right out the streets and into a dark alleyway where he jumped on a rooftop to avoid them and ran down south. No. You're not getting me. You're not gonna get me. Nope. Today was the day that you almost caught Naruto Kitsune. As soon as he made a left, he saw a girl wearing a very distinctive Naruto t-shirt that also says, I Red Heart Naruto-kun. She turns her head to see him and gasps. Naruto cried and tried to shush her, but it was too late. Ah, I found him. The fangirl crowed immediately turned the corner and saw Naruto and ran at him with speed that put the fourth to shame. It was then Naruto summoned 10 shadow clones, splitting up, making the girls have to chase all of them. The real Naruto was looking around with fear. He finally understood Sasuke and Menma, but the latter embraces the girls. What the hell was that? I'll tell you what that was. Puntong. And you, Naruto, are drowning in it currently. Naruto sighed. But I don't want the puntong. What's going on today? Fake motherfuckers, that's what's going on. They are cheering for you ever since the Chunin exams finals. They see you as their champion. Son of the fourth, and now you wield the most famous bloodline in history. You're their crown prince now, and now a future potential candidate for future Hokage. It also means you'll be a potential target for other villages, so watch out. Kumo was crazy enough to try it twice, I might add. One with your biological mother and the other with a Hyuga. IWA is just itching to start something too, so watch yourself more carefully. It'll be an even sweeter bonus when they discover you're a full Jinchuriki of me. The most badass, sexiest, most powerful, dominating fox of them all. Okay, fuzzy nuts. The sex god. I'ma go now. He replied before he had made it to his place. He was gonna eat like never before, and it was gonna be some good food. He can already taste it. Once he got to his apartment window, he opened it to find Haku and surprisingly Sayori there, sitting on the couch. Haku looked up from his tea and with widened eyes with what he saw. Naruto? Hey Rumi. Sayori looked up and smiled. Naruto-kun, you're awake, she said as she ran to him and hugged him so happily. He hugged her back. Well, of course I am. Nothing can keep me down forever, especially a raging-tailed beast. Sayori scoffed. Really? Seems as if you had no problem with being face first in the dirt. Like you're the one to talk. I saved your ass, remember? With Orochimaru? Remember when I came in clutch to save you and the gigantic fox of yours? 'Cause it happened. Naruto blushed. Well, whatever. It's not like we needed. Sure. Sayori smiled as she just kissed his cheek. I'm just glad you're all right. Thank you. I'm glad you're all right too. So what are you doing here? Well, I was at the hospital helping out with injured earlier today, which is funny because you were asleep when I got in and did my shift. Haku explained. Sayori rolled her eyes. Yeah, I swear this dumbass was probably already awake too, making us worry for nothing when you probably was just taking a nap. Ah, shut up. Sayori spoke. Well, I went to hassle Kakashi for lessons on the Chidori, seeing as I know it now from Sasuke. He said he'll start training me later on in the month, so I'm happy with that. Though Sasuke. He wasn't. Mini flashback. What? You stole my technique. It wasn't your technique, duck ass. It's Kakashi's. I just so happened to learn it off of you when you used it. You dumb bitch. It has been going on all morning since Sayori got back from seeing Kakashi. Sayori went to search for the Cyclops Jonin in hopes of mastering Chidori, but when she found him, he was having a team meeting with Team 7. She asked him to help her develop the jutsu, seeing as she grew an interest in lightning-style jutsu. She also gave a demonstration as to the jutsu she wished to learn. Right in front of Sasuke, and in easier words, he wasn't pleased. Kakashi had agreed, seeing that while her speed isn't too bad, her Sharingan is even better than Sasuke's in terms of maturity, so it should be easy enough to help her. When the team meeting is over, however, Sasuke let her have, as the argument had continued all the way to the Uchiha compound, where their family reside. You should be grateful, Sasuke. I had to learn something from you. Not in the attempt where you steal jutsu from me. I'm the Uchiha elite, not you. You're a disgrace. Tusama even thinks so. Sayori frowned, having remembered what her dad said to her during the Chunin exams. What's going on here? Itachi said as he came in the room, following Fugaku and Mikoto. Sayori stole my technique from the Chunin exams. My Chidori, Sasuke tattled. Kakashi's Chidori, and I even asked his sensei for lessons on the Justu and he agreed. I Inki used it once and it was during the invasion when I nearly died. Itachi frowned with Sasuke. I don't see the problem here, Sasuke. In fact, instead of Kakashi, it should be you who teaches her. You did Steel Lee's taijutsu style without permission. Nonsense, Itachi. We're Uchiha, we take what we want as we have the power to do so. So what if he did? That's the nature of the Sharingan. With it, we're unmatched. But Sayori, you should be ashamed. We don't steal from our own. Sayori looked completely shocked while Mikoto grew angered. Are you for real? So you'd rather steal from others instead of learning and growing fairly with our own clan members? She said. What's the point of I have the Sharingan, remember this, Sasuke. You are part of the elite. Settle for nothing less than what you desire. It is in your birthright. Yes, father. Mikoto glared at her youngest son. Sasuke, don't listen to your father's foolishness. Itachi-kun, back me up dash. Mikoto stopped talking as she saw the angered look on Itachi's face as he eyed Fugaku. He was just glaring holes into the man while his Sharingan eyes spun madly. Sayori saw it too and she kinda grew scared. She knew her elder brother to be a kind-hearted person to everyone he crosses paths with and wouldn't harm a fly if it wasn't absolutely necessary, but she knew one of Itachi's most gigantic pet peeves in the entire world was arrogant people. She knew that, and Fugaku opening his mouth and saying this was the finger on the trigger for Itachi, so she knew the best thing for her to do right now was to leave and accept her role as Fugaku and Sasuke's scapegoat. Well, maybe you're right, Tusama. I'ma go take a long walk in what I've done, you know? I'm so sorry, Sasuke. I'll definitely make it up to you somehow. Itachi Nikki. I believe the hospital needed some ANBU for guarding the Hokage's room. Haku told me before I came so. She lied. Itachi knew exactly what she was trying to do inside. His sister really was the glue that tied this family together at this point. If his father kept bad-mouthing her or anyone who wasn't an Uchiha, he might have lost it. Yeah. I should get on that, he said before walking to his room. Mikoto sighed to herself and smiled softly to her daughter. There won't be a fight this day thanks to Sayori's sacrifice. Said girl nodded her head to her mother before dashing out the front door, where she met Haku himself. Hey Sayori-san. Hey Haku-san, wanna go help with the village if you're not busy? Well, I just got off my work, but I can give back to the community some more. Still got some energy left? Sure. Mini flashback end. So after that, we were just helping out the village for a while before coming here ourselves to relax. Naruto whistles. Damn, Sayori. I always knew you to be the instigator but not the de-escalator. Well, I have my moments. She blushed. Naruto frowned. So where's Yakumo and Anko-sensei? Sayori sighed. Out of the village on a mission. I would have went but I told Anko of the Chidori thing. Needed to find Kakashi first. Anko would probably also take this time to train Yakumo more. Oh, I see. What am I forgetting? Oh right, he bit his finger and ran through hand seals. Summoning jutsu. Right when he did it, Kichiro jumped out at him with a tail slap to the face. Look at it. Look at it. See anything different, Naruto? What I see is a fox's ass in my face. If you don't move, Kichiro dash. The red fox just pranced around the room with glee. My tail, my third tail came in, he yipped as he jumped around. Naruto stopped when he jumped into his hands. Naruto inspected and in fact there was one more tail than the usual two that Kichiro had. Oh wow, you actually do. What does it mean exactly? Age? No, well yes and no, see it's also my chakra capacity and rank in my village. 1 or 2 tails means kit. 3 to 4 tails means warrior, 5 to 7 means captain, 8 to 9 tails means leader. Kachan is our leader and I am going to be a warrior. Naruto sighed. He knew this exact mindset from when Menma was told by Minato and Kushina that he was going to be the Namake's heir. This was going to be a headache. Meanwhile, with the Uzumaki family, he's awake. Let me go see him. Kushina. I doubt one of the first people Naruto wants to see is you, Tsunade said with a sake bottle in his head. Besides, Shizune let him out in loose words. He's probably with the Uchiha girl anyway. Kushina frowned. She knew that girl was no good for her son. What he needed was a strong female. A good female and loyal too. Someone who isn't afraid to speak her mind. Like her. Sayori Uchiha. Huh? She's no good for him, Tsunade. She's an Uchiha. Not that all Uchihas are bad. Makoto-chan is a great person, but I don't like Sayori. She's trying to steal him away from his family. Tsunade just nodded with a woozy fashion. She was beginning to get drunk. She moaned as she took another swig of the bottle. Hiruzen's death was still on her mind. Sensei. Why? She said with a little tear. Kushina didn't even hear it as she devised a plan to get back her Naruto. I need more time. First, Menma-kun. She marched to his room and opened the door to find Menma on his bed. I hope you realize that there are repercussions for your actions, Menma. We don't want to do this to you, but you gave us no choice. Really? Menma snarled, which shook Kushina from how much rage and hate he sent at her. 'Cause it seems that whenever Naruto does something, it's the bee's knees. That my whole existence after he left was a hollow replacement of him, which drove the urge to get him back by using me. You don't care about me. You only care about Naruto. Kushina frowned. No, that isn't true. We love you, Menma, but you're doing bad things that dash. Really? Because the bad things that I used to do, you would usually turn a blind eye to them, you and Tusama. You never cared then what we used to do to Naruto, me and Naruko. The only difference is she's actually sorry about it and she wants to get in his pants. I hate Naruto's very existence and I want him dead dash. Asterisk slap. Kushina slapped Menma's face, leaving a red hand print on his whiskered cheek. Kushina had tears in her face. You're supposed to love your brother with everything you have. He's done absolutely nothing to you all his life and you still choose to hate him for not particular reason. You're turning into a monster. Menma just smirked at her. Please. Naruto is the monster. He's the one with the demon. I'll kill him and rid of this world with his presence. Kushina couldn't take it anymore and ran out the room with sniffling at his response. And Uzumaki planning the death if a close relative was too much in her books. Menma looked down at a scroll he received after the invasion. It was purple with a black snake on it. His instruction. Open it when the snake glows red and begin the quest for your most hated to be dead. Menma smiled. All he had to do was wait and knew that he was expelled from the Konoha Shinobi Corps. He had all the time in the world. Once this glows, I'll become immensely powerful to take on even you, Naruto. 21. The date. Gone wrong. Time skip a month later. It has been a busy month for Konoha as the repairs were finally finished from the invasion from Odo and Suna. Minato recovered rather quickly and regained control of the Hokage office rather quickly before someone could take his position and ruin the office while also ruining the entire village, and by someone, everyone meant Danzo. The ceremony for the fallen shinobi and the death of the third Hokage was made, and it gave the chance for the village to mourn for their fallen. Some civilians were caught in the crossfire at the time, but no civilian casualties since the shinobi of Konoha caught onto it rather quickly. They were lucky. The Suna children Temari, Kankuro and Gaara were released from their confinements thanks to the persuasion of certain Kitsune user and were allowed to go back to their village. A village that was trying to find a way to make peace with Konoha before things get heated. It turns out that Orochimaru was actually impersonating their fourth Kazekage, Raza, and had led the Suna village under that disguise. Minato and the council, aka just Minato since the council are just whiny britches, had decided to look past the Suna and Konoha incident if Suna accepted just a few bargaining between them, which of course they absolutely agreed. They don't need the strongest village down their necks right now, especially now that their champion, Gaara, was defeated so by Konoha's very own champion, so they weren't gonna try that shit again, that's for fucking sure. When they left though, Gaara gave him a small but warm smile, giving his gratitude towards his friend that saved him from the darkness that lies within himself. Temari decided to give him her own little way for gratitude, but Gaara shut her down by encasing her with sand and leaving Konoha by its gates like that, leaving a confused Naruto and a secretly smiling Sayori. Things that also changed in Konoha were the views on the Uzumaki family. namely its younglings. Everyone held Naruto in a new light now thanks to his performance at the Chunin exams, and everyone is calling him the true son of Minato Namikaze. The genius, the skill, the heart, it was all there, which Naruto didn't hate though he kinda needed the fangirls to go through as Sayori nearly burnt them all up with a fireball. Naruto was conflicted by it because at one point in his life, this was all that he ever wanted, to be seen, to be heard, and to be accepted. The extra attention is cool and all, kids running up to him and admiring him, elder shinobi praising him, but to just be seen is already good enough. He knew then and there how it felt to be Menma and Naruto in their earlier life. On the other hand, he still had some resentment towards them all, which Kurama said it was normal. All these fake assholes are now on his jock when they weren't in the past because he's glowed up now. Essentially. He was the highlight of the Chunin exams. He has with style, and he, plus the help of his super awesome Uchiha girlfriend, stopped Shikaku from killing everyone. He was the village's hero, but still, if none of these happened that day, he would still be hated to this very day, and he couldn't help but think that, so that's why he's still a little apprehensive around every civilian. Menma and Naruto meanwhile have kind of fell out of the village's graces as of now, more so Menma than Naruto. With Naruto, she wasn't an complete bitch. Yes, she was arrogant when she wanted to be, but she was still nice to people. The only people she's ever been rude with were Naruto in his earlier life, Sayori and Yakumo, and that was because they were in her way of her quest to get her brother. Yes, she was weird because she was into incest, but that only made her seem hot in the eyes of the public, especially the male crowd of the village, which weirded out Naruto to no end. The only real support that Naruto wasn't getting was from Naruto's day ones Mikoto, Sayori, Anko, Yakumo, and the respected Kurama and Uchiha clans. Menma, on the other hand, he had no followers anywhere anymore. If he did, they were silent as the entire village seemed to be out for the kid. Minato and Kushina would stop it, of course, seeing as it happened Naruto before. They didn't need it happening again, plus despite his ways, they still love him. The villagers, however, couldn't relate, unfortunately, or fortunately in Naruto's eyes. They couldn't believe that the Uzumaki brat had ran off instead of helping out the village in desperation and need. Even Sasuke didn't do that, though Sayori had said once that knowing him, he was probably going to catch up had he known of Menma's plan to ditch the three. The village was in outrage and were demanding to know why Menma was such a little shit disturber and how could he do that. They also demanded an apology from him, but Menma did agree to. What did he say? Fuck you all, you think I care about any of you, you're all beneath me and I am your superior. So what if I didn't come to your rescue? You all don't matter. That was a joy to watch Minato use his super wolf flying dancing Rasengan thingy to knock Menma the fuck out afterwards. It was shortly after that, Menma was declared removed from the shinobi program and was placed on house arrest. It was the safest place for him to stay at the moment, seeing as how everyone in the entire village wants to wring his little neck. The only annoying thing about this whole situation was, "Hey Gaki!" Him. Naruto sighed as he looked at the white-haired pervert that somehow got in his apartment. Ever since Menma has been declared a disgrace from the shinobi program, Jiraiya had been making more appearances around him lately, as if to try and get back on his good graces. Problem 1, he was never on his good graces before. What do you want from my existence, Jiraiya? Jiraiya smiled as he patted Naruto on the shoulder, much to his displeasure. Come on Gaki, don't be like that. Look, if it makes you feel any better, I do apologize for the way that I've been acting. Okay? I was an asshole. What do you say? Can we just let bygones be bygones? Naruto turned to him with an icy cold glare before slapping off his hand. No, it doesn't make me feel better, asshole. Why would it make me feel better? You addressed yourself to be quite higher than what I think of you, so no. And don't touch me. That is your only warning, seeing as how Kichiro won't give you one next time. Naruto moved to the bedroom while Jiraiya looked down to see the small three-tailed fox glaring at him with his red eyes glowing in hatred, its teeth eager to bite. I'll fuck you up, old-timer. Don't think I won't do it. Jiraiya looked at the fox in slight worry. Jiraiya moved to go follow Naruto, but Kichiro stayed in his way. Let me ask you something, Toad Sage. Have you ever been raped by animals before? Namely big foxes and wolves? Jiraiya's color turned pale. And no. You want to? No. I don't wanna talk about this anymore. Because I know this powerful male fox back in the den named Fifi and Dash. Naruto, Naruto came out the room without a shirt on to see a petrified Jiraiya and a laughing fox on the couch. He only knew that his fox familiar was disturbing Jiraiya's peace, and he left him to it. He later came back out with his normal outfit on before leaving the apartment, with Jiraiya unfortunately following. "Hey, where's that ice chick of yours?" Naruto groaned. "Haku is a male and he's at the hospital, he works there. You were there when he was debriefed by Minato. What the hell were you doing?" "Well, Tsunade was in the office and her knocker were more," announced the normal figures. "Always perving like the pervy creep that you are. You idiot." "Hey, I'm not just some perv, you know. I'm a super perv." Naruto and Kichiro just sighed. This couldn't be his life today. "Jiraiya, why are you following me? Go home or you don't have to go home, but it sure as hell can't be anywhere around me." "Because a master should always accompany his apprentice anywhere and vice versa." Naruto stopped in his tracks, as did his fox. Tuho also caught it. "Wait, you're my what now?" "Master. You're my apprentice. Now, Naruto." Naruto looked down at his fox before they began laughing. "Oh, get real, idiot. Come on, Naruto. You could learn a lot from my tutelage. I trained the best of the best. Really, 'cause I could have sworn that Minato was self-taught, and from when he did need help, he would always go to Kushina. Even she has more use than you did back then to now." Jiraiya was about to retort, but then Itachi appeared. "Naruto-kun, Hokage-sama has requested you in his office." "Okay, Weasel-san. I'll be there," Naruto said before the Uchiha Anbu left in a flicker. "Don't follow." He glared at Jiraiya, while he and Kichiro body flickered to the Hokage's office. Jiraiya sighed as he thought he was getting through to Naruto. "Well, seems I have a long way to go. Wonder how I should start. Maybe some prostitutes will help." With that and a hop and skip, he was off. Meanwhile, with Naruto, he appeared outside the office with Kichiro behind him. "What do you think your father wants with you?" Naruto shrugged his shoulders. "Beats the hell out of me. Probably to ask how I completed the Rasengan. It's a thought." "Oh, would you help him if he did?" Would I is a powerful question, Kichi. "That's so is that I kinda like to see Minato squirm a bit more." The fox sighed, his partner was evil. Naruto knocked the door and Minato told them to come in. Once they did, Naruto saw Shikamaru standing there with Team 10 and the rest of Team 12 was there too. What is this?" "Beats me. Asuma-sensei just dragged me here because the Hokage summoned me for something. Man, such a drag. I was sleeping in too." "Well, nice to know that I was correct in thinking that you sleep in during this time of day." Anko grabbed him and gave him a noogie. "I would have been tasked in getting you, but it seems the Hokage didn't trust my methods." Yakumo spoke. "Anko-sensei, you said that you were gonna wrap him in snakes and pull him by his dash." "The details don't matter, Yakuchan," Anko said with a blush while Naruto wiped his brow with relief. He looked over and saw Minato with Kushina by each of his side. "Hi, Sochi." "Hello, Uzumaki-sama. So, Hokage-sama, what is the reason for my summons?" Kushina deflated from the unenthusiastic response and how he just brushed her off while Minato coughed, hoping to slap away the awkward energy out of the room. "Yes, well, Shikamaru Nara and Naruto Kitsune, step forward," he commanded in his Hokage tone, making the two genin do as they were told. "Shikamaru Nara." He spoke proudly, getting the lazy boy's attention. "You were brilliant, showed great tactics in your fight against your opponent in your match. Tactics that are required in shinobi who lead teams on missions outside the village. You also showed bravery and camaraderie when you sacrificed yourself during the invasion, and that, Shikamaru Nara, rewards you the new position of Chunin. Congratulations. Here's your new vest." Shikamaru grabbed the green vest as Ino and Choji watched him in shock while Asuma was proud. "Ah, this means more work. Such a drag." Minato chuckled at the boy's comment on his promotion. "He's exactly like Shikaku, that lazy ass." "Naruto Kitsune," said boy stood up. "You showed promising strength in all your matches. Each match you had planned out and you were in control of it all. You technically won the Chunin exams if the fight was to continue. Your determination is true and allies run to you with no question. Naruto Kitsune, I hereby promote you to the position of Jonin. Everything went quiet in the room as the people took time to register what he was saying. Wha haratet. Enko slammed the table. Hokage-sama. Not to be disrespectful, but are you fucking kidding me? I had been waiting years to become a Jonjin, and when one Genin goes into the Chunin exams and does well, he gets promoted to Jonin at the drop of a fucking hat. Minato was slumped in his chair at seeing Enko's face right in his. He feared for his life. Anko, you didn't let me finish. Anko widened her eyes and smiled at the Hokage. Oh, well, continue. Minato got back up in his chair and coughed a little, hoping to get his regular voice back from the voice jumping up to the sky to escape Anko's wrath. I was trying to say, I would like to promote you to Jonin Naruto as you do fit the prerequisites. Your experience is one thing that cannot be taught. So you'll have to take Chunin for now. Congratulations. Naruto smiled slightly as he walked up to the table to grab a green vest. I'm so proud of you, Sochi. Why? I mean, thanks I guess, but you didn't help me on the journey to get here. So what are you proud of? The only thing you should feel is shame. Kushina stayed quiet the rest of the time he was in the office as he put on his Chunin vest and Haori. Minato smiled at Naruto. It's like I'm looking at a shadow clone, but he's smaller. Naruto, you'll make a great Chunin. I know it. Well, congratulations to you both, but I'll let you know right now, this is serious business. Being a Chunin requires a lot of responsibility now. You're not just looking out for yourselves anymore, you look out for your teammates as well. You think for all, fight for all, and live for all. Understood. Yes, Hokage-sama, both said as they bowed their heads, though the Nara did it lazily. Dismissed. The teams walked out in silence, but Ino spoke first. I can't believe that the two losers in our academy are Chunin before any of us. Even before Menma-kun and Sasuke-kun. Yeah, well, I kinda expected it, not Naruto, mind you, no offense. Just Shikamaru. Yeah, thanks for the confidence, Choji. As you stuff your face, you fucking never mind. Naruto started but stopped as he knew what he was gonna say but decided against it. Yakumo smiled. Naruto, I can't believe it. You're a Chunin now. Yeah, a whole rank higher than us. Damn, I need to step up my game. Can't have you outclass me like this. Sayori spoke. Yeah, well, you can always take it next time. Though you'd have to do it without me though, so it won't be as fun. Ha ha ha. You're cute, but we'll be fine, Sayori retorted. Yeah, for now that is. Asuma smiled. Well, it's a great that we got 2 new promotions put of this. Now, let's say we go celebrate. Barbecue on me. Fuck yeah, Choji shouted. Choji? Anyway, would you guys like to join? Enko shook her head. Nah, I gotta go meet Irika for something. The Genin and Chunin of Team 12 grinned. Oh yeah, what is that something? Kichiro asked. Get away. None of your business, she said as she puffed out of the area. Well, I'd rather not crash on Team 10's celebration. Really, it's fine, Naruto said. Dito Sayori agreed. Yeah, I can't anyway. I have some meeting with my parents today about the clan. We'll take care everyone. See you soon. With that, Yakumo took off. Well, if that's the case, let's go team. Later, Shikamaru. Yeah, whatever. Hey Naruto, if you see Menma, tell him I said dash. Eat shit and die? Cool. I'll pass it on. Before Ino could call him a dumbass, Asuma grabbed her mouth and dragged her off with Choji leading the way to the barbecue spot. Naruto was about to head home with his fox familiar when Sayori dashed herself in front of his face. Hey! So what are you doing for the rest of the day? He raised his eyebrow in surprise. Nothing, just chilling, passing the time. I might train later, but I'm not really feeling it today. Why? Sayori blushed like hell and was playing with her hands. Well, I was thinking, I'm bored and why you're bored. Got nothing to do, so why not? Do something, why you know. Together? Besides, you owe me a date from the bet, remember? Well, I'm cashing it in tonight. Pick me up at 8. K? Naruto blushed. He forgot about that bet he made with her and honestly, he wasn't too mad about it. Sure. I'll pick you up at the Uchiha compound. Done. See you then. Oh, dress casual. Nothing too fancy. But don't come looking like a piece of shit, either. Naruto sighed. He definitely wasn't gonna go looking like a piece of shit. Naruto looked at the sun, seeing it near the middle of the sky, meaning it's probably somewhere near 4. He stood around as he thought about it while Kurama sighed. This dumb motherfuck, you only have 4 hours, so get something ready. Ah, you're right. I gotta go. Naruto bolted through the streets to his apartment, looking like the real yellow flash of Konoha. He burst through the door, making Haku jump off the couch. What the fuck? The ice boy shouted as he hit the deck. Naruto ran straight through his bedroom door and started tearing through his closet. Kichiro jumped on the bed and spoke. Naruto, we could have just used the body flicker to get home quicker? Save time. Naruto threw a kunai that nearly hit Kichiro's head. And you speak now, you sly fox. When I speak, it's only to point out the obvious, a swipe. Naruto stopped and turned to the fox. Kichiro, you have 5 seconds to shut up. Just 5". The fox saw the crazy look in his eyes and remained quiet. He knew better. Naruto found a white t-shirt with a black hoodie. On the inside is orange. He brought out some black jeans. Perfect. Now to iron this. He ran out to get the ironing board and the iron itself. Once he came back, he began to get out the wrinkles. So, where do you think she'll take you? Kichiro asked as he sat down and watched his master. I don't know. Sayori is a hard person to really figure out. She can be nice and sweet sometimes and deadly warlord the next. I can't predict her sometimes. Thankfully, she gave me the go-ahead to not dress too heavily, otherwise I might lose my mind on what to wear. Kichiro nodded. Yeah, it would be pretty weird too. Luckily, I don't wear clothes, so it can't be too bad for us, right? Yeah. Wait, huh? Kichiro jumped up. Yeah, I don't wear clothes, so it won't be too awkward in the date, right? Naruto sighed as he had a feeling as soon as he heard him first. Kichiro, buddy, you can't come on the date. It's just gonna be me and Sayori-chan. Kichiro looked at him, a little hurt in his eyes. So you're saying, I can't come? But we always do everything together. I would always go with you to the academy when we were just kids. I was there when we were training together, just you and me. I was there with you when no one else was. Naruto frowned. It was true. Even when he had nothing, he had Kichiro through it all. He was his familiar, his brother in all the sense of the word. He would do everything and go anywhere with him right there beside him, but today would be the first day he was without his partner for a huge milestone in his life. Yeah, I know, Kichikuen, but this is a moment between me and Sayori that we have to share together, and it wouldn't be right if you were there. You know? That hurt the fox, as he just seemed to be an object that was in the way of Naruto and Sayori. In his view, it was saying that Naruto didn't need him anymore. Why yeah. Sure, don't worry, I'll be here, you know? Don't worry. Just go enjoy your date, that's all. Naruto smiled as he ruffled his fox's head, though he didn't get the purr he desired. Naruto sighed as he looked at the time. It was nearly 6. He had been running about, trying to find an outfit for nearly 2 hours. I have to show where. Naruto, in a blur, ran out of the room, stripping as he did, and ran to the bathroom where Kichiro heard shouted. Haku, get out. Oh, what the fuck? Again. Which resulted into Naruto throwing him out the bathroom, where Haku had his pants around his ankles and a newspaper at his midsection, covering his junk. Ah. Hey there, Kichiro-kun. I'ma just go. In my room. He later dashed back into his room with top speed, leaving the fox to his depressed state as he thought of the good times when it was just him and Naruto. Time skip, 8 o'clock. Naruto was seen walking over to the Uchiha district in his casual fit, which was just a white t-shirt with a black and orange hoodie with black jeans with orange high tops. What can he say? Orange was the new black for him. He made it to the gates where he passed by many Uchiha civilians and shinobi, the former greeting him more comfortably than the latter. He made it to the door of the Uchiha and rang the doorbell. He waited for a bit before it was opened by Sasuke. What the dash? What the hell are you doing here, Dobe? I'm not here to beat your ass again. If that's what you're wondering, all I want is your sis? Is she in? Like you could beat me, dumbass. I'm an Uchiha. By blood, I'm better than you. Want me to examine your blood myself by cutting you open nice and good? Don't you dare dash. Enough, Sasuke. Mikoto shouted behind him as she came to the door. She glanced at Naruto and smiled. My Naruto-kun, you look rather dashing. If I wasn't my age, I swear, my little Sayori would have a compelling rival. Naruto blushed heavily at the compliment that Mikoto had given him. Thank you, Mikoto-san. Sasuke, however, was furious. Mother, what are you doing? Don't associate yourself with common filth like this when you have father. Sasuke, what your mouth? I will not tolerate this behavior. I swear, the more you speak, the more disappointment and anger I have towards you and your father. Go upstairs. Now! Sasuke glared at her, then at Naruto before he stormed upstairs to his room. Mikoto turned back to Naruto. A frown turned to a smile. I apologize, Naruto-kun. I'm trying. I really am, but Fugakabaka really warped Sasuke's mind, but I'm not giving up on him. I believe there's still good in him. And if there's not, what then, Mikoto? Will you make the hard choice in the end? Naruto thought to himself, also thinking of Menma and the situation of the Uzumakis. Yeah, it's all right, Mikoto-san. Anyway, is Sayori down yet? Well, here I am, a new voice said. Naruto and Mikoto turned their heads to find Sayori in the little blue sweater as a top with a simple black dress that went to her knees with her shinobi sandals. It was beautiful. Naruto smiled brightly, and in turn, Sayori blushed with a smile. Mikoto smiled at her daughter. You look absolutely stunning, my dear. Okay. Thanks, Mom, bye, she said, trying to avoid the awkwardness as her mother would probably want to take pictures and stuff and she could live without it. They ran out the district with gutso and vigor, and ran back to regular streets of Konoha. So, you look beautiful, Naruto said, making Sayori blush. Thank you, Naruto-kun, she said, happy that all her hard work into getting ready was worth it. They walked alongside the streets, the villagers looking on at them like the newest fashion couple to hit the streets. It's true though. It's not every day that you see an Uzumaki date an Uchiha. It was so rare they didn't know that to do but gaze. I feel weird. Everyone is staring, she said as she clung to his arm and hid her face in his shoulder. Let em. You know what they say, look but don't touch. The two laughed it off as they walked along. So where are you taking me, Sayori-chan? She smiled. Well, just follow me, it's very fancy. Believe me, you'll love it. With speed, she grabbed Naruto's arm and whisked him away in the streets, not noticing in the distance a small red three-tailed fox on a roof, watching them on their little date. Kichiro sighed in sadness as he watched them. That was the arm that I was always on when I was with Naruto, he said with a whimper noise. Why am I so sad? I mean, it's just a stupid date. I mean, it's not like he's getting married and has kids and forgot about me, right? Maybe hunting will get my mind of things, the fox said as he dashed to the outskirts of Konoha, where the wildlife is usually. Back with Naruto and Sayori, they have passed all the restaurants and theaters and anywhere that was cool for a date to be at and made it all the way to the Hokage Monument Cliff. What are we doing here? I mean, you want to look at the view for our first date? But isn't this free of charge? Sayori smiled. Not false but not entirely true, Naruto-kun. She led him up all the way and pulled some bushes behind to see a blanket on the ground with bowls of ramen with a campfire next to it. Right beside of that, however, is Ayam with a Ichiraku on the go cart next to it. This is what we're doing. Naruto watched the sight with awe. He never expected this. Wow, Sayori-chan. Why you? You did all this? She smiled. Yeah, well, I had asked a favor of Ayam. I know you're not like you biological family and their innate love for ramen, but I know you don't hate it. I don't want you to spend a fortune on me, and I also didn't want to be stuck up in some stuffy restaurant either. I like this. Naruto smiled happily as he grabbed her hand and kissed her cheek. I like this too. It's perfect. Sayori smiled with a heavy blush, which made Ayam giggle. Aw, love. It's so beautiful. Well, dig in, my customers. What better way to share such a romantic evening than to taste my lovely noodles? Naruto and Sayori look at one another and smile softly as Onyx's eyes met sea ocean blue. After you, Sayori-chan. Thank you, Naruto-kun. The two sat down and began their romantic evening, but somewhere else, trouble was brewing. Back in the Uzumaki residence, Menma was coped up in his room, still holding that scroll he had received from Kabuto. He had been plotting for a while now about what to do when he gets power. He'll definitely kill Naruto 100%. These fools needed to learn their place. What better way than to destroy their so-called champion in front of them? He then plotted on killing Minato, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Kushina for turning on him like they did. But he's still debating on killing them. He wanted them alive for when he turns Konoha into the way he envisions it. After that, their fates were in their own hands. With the power he'll receive, they'd be stupid enough to try and take him down. Naruko was a difficult situation. She pined after her elder brother, but he needed someone to continue the Uzumaki bloodline after him. He'll keep her along with Ino and Sakura as his playthings. Then the Uchiha. She would be his head. And Uchiha as his queen would be beautiful as she was strong, and their children would be powerful. Not to mention, she also had a thing for his stupid brother. It was a beautiful plan. He'd rule powerful clans and he'll be on top like it was always meant to be. Just as he smiled, the scroll began to glow red. He smirked as he opened it to see a note left to him by Orochimaru. Dear Menma-kun, as you probably already know, I am Orochimaru, the former snake Sannin of Konoha. This note was given to you by my trusty subordinate, Kabuto-kun. During my time invading your village, I have noticed the raw potential you wielded during your fight against Naruto-kun. Unfortunately, you lacked the skill that Naruto had possessed and you lost to him soundly. One is hard-pressed to beat such talent like that. Menma grumbled as he heard Orochimaru stroke his brother's balls in this letter. He knew of Naruto's abilities, so why is he just stretching this now? He grew annoyed, but he kept reading anyway. But I did notice you had something that Naruto-kun lacked. Anger and sheer determination to win. Even though you lost badly to him, you kept your view on him and of yourself, and that is what has binded me to you, Menma-kun. When everyone turned on you, you kept that fire in your eyes and will keep moving forward. I like that about you. You see, I heard that you lost your tailed beast power, thanks to Naruto-kun stealing it. You see, long ago back when you were born and during the Kyuubi attack, no one knows this, but I was present in the village that time. I didn't care to help the village at all, but I did steal some of the Kyuubi chakra that was present in the air in its attack, and I began examining it, experimenting with things, and created my own tailed beast, my own little version of the Nine Tails that was made by me. I call it Black Nine Tails. This Nine Tails will be my gift to you, Menma-kun, and with its dark arts, you will become unstoppable like you wish. But that I can only give it to you if you join me. Seeing that you are reading this, the red seal doesn't just mean that I'm ready for you, Menma-kun. Know that Snake is also a GPS to find my team that is here to collect you. The mark glows bright when they're near, so you would be able to find them. I have given them strictly 24 hours to wait for you. The choice is yours, Menma. Come to me and become all-powerful, or stay and be weak line your family wants you to. The scroll ended there, leaving Menma with a choice. Stay in the village with his family or leave and become powerful. With a wicked grin, his choice was made. He hopped out the window with a few packed clothes. Till we meet again, Uzumaki Namikaze, for I will be this village's end. Menma ran his way to the village gates and made it to the pathway that led outside the village. He looked at his scroll and saw it glow brighter, meaning he's headed in the right direction. He made his way to the other side of the pathway when he heard a voice. Uzumaki! Menma froze as he heard that voice before. He stopped, his back facing the other person. What do you want, Sasuke? The Uchiha frowned. He had been walking around after training on a certain blonde dummy he had at a nearby training ground. He saw the Uzumaki run away and he followed him. You're no longer a shinobi of Konoha, made publicly known by the fourth Hokage. This is the only way outside the village and you're going alone. Need I say more on how suspicious this looks? Menma didn't say anything as Sasuke basically guessed what he was doing. What are you gonna do? Drag me back? I'll die before I go back to them. Before Sasuke could respond, he saw the scroll with a glowing snake in his hand. What is that? None of your business. Sasuke put 2 and 2 together and realized. You're going to Orochimaru, aren't you? Menma remained silent, which confirmed it for Sasuke. What did he offer you? Power. He said he'd give me power that I need right now. So don't try and stop me. Take me with you. That stopped Menma right there. He was talking about deserting the village and Sasuke wants to come instead of stop him. What? Why? Because of this? Sasuke revealed his curse mark to Menma. Orochimaru gave this to me for a reason. He said it was a gift to power that I want. Look, Uzumaki, I couldn't care less about you. I just want power and you're leading me to it. I'm an Uchiha. Any and all power belongs to me, so let me come or I'll tell. Menma growled out. Fine. Fuck. Let's go. Just as the two were about to jump off, they heard a rustle in the bushes beside them. Menma and Sasuke both look over to the bush and quietly move over to it and peeled it open to see a red 3-tailed fox devouring a rabbit. Menma quickly discovered it to be Naruto's pet fox and grinned evilly. This is for you, you son of a bitch, Menma said as he raised his arm to create a Rasengan. Sasuke grinned equally as he knew exactly what they were going to do and began a Chidori. The sound of jutsu flaring gave Kichiro the alert something was wrong, but he turned around too late. As both jutsu came flying at him from behind. A few minutes later, Naruto and Sayori were laughing about a story Naruto was telling her. Ain had headed out shortly after the two finished their all-you-can-eat ramen to go as they shared a lovely dinner as they watched the sun go down. All was going well until Kurama shouted. The fox was ignoring the date as he couldn't give more of a flying fuck, but then he felt something off. His son's chakra went faint. Naruto, it's an emergency. It's bad, really bad. Kurama, not now. Can't you see I'm on a date? I couldn't care less about your date, you idiot. There's plenty more where that came from, but it's Kichiro, something's wrong. I can't feel him anymore. That made Naruto stop laughing and go serious. What? What do you mean? I mean his chakra just went dead. It's faint, but I can trace it still. The remnants of it. Take me to it. Now. Naruto immediately got up from the ground, leaving Sayori confused and worried as she saw Naruto's face go from laughter to dead serious. And then Naruto-kun? What's wrong? Naruto just took off in the south of the village, near Konoha's gates. Sayori grew worried and followed him. Naruto moved faster with Sayori barely able to keep up. They stopped, directly at the bridge leading outside of the village. Naruto, talk to me. What's going on? Naruto remained silent as he just scanned the area, as if looking for something. He then turned his head and his vision landed on the bush on their right. He moved over there slowly before he smelt something metallic-like. He slowly opened the bush. Sayori was behind him, both completely silent. Once it was fully opened, Naruto turned around immediately and began to punch the ground with tears streaming his face. He screamed to the heavens that filled with anger and sadness that just shook anyone to their core. Sayori was just watching the spot with extreme sadness washing over her. Tears invaded her eyes as she watched what 2ws in front of her. In the bushes lied the body of Kichiro no Kitsune, bleeding out with multiple wounds all over his body. 22. Retrieval arc, in cuffs or body bag. Time skip 9 hours later. Menma and Sasuke were running through the forest with Menma in front, Sasuke behind him. The Uzumaki and Uchiha were tracking down Orochimaru's henchmen after brutally murdering Naruto's fox familiar, Kichiro. Menma and Sasuke felt pretty good about that personally as Naruto was a thorn in their sides for a long while and it felt like they were finally on the path of getting their long-deserved revenge on the blonde. Sasuke looked up and saw how Menma kept glancing at the scroll. Are we almost there, idiot? Menma glared back at him with hatred. Besides Naruto, if there was one person he absolutely didn't like, it was Sasuke. He was his ultimate rival, so he's still a bit bitter at the fact that he had to take him on his journey for power. Hold on, duckass. The scroll will glow once we reach them. For now, nothing. Sasuke frowned. Well, we need to hurry up. Konoha should know of our deserting now and will more than likely send out a team for us. It might be our own families, the Uchiha police force dash, or Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Kushina. But mostly, I believe they'll send my dumb-ass brother. If so, I'll kill him just like his mutt. No one stands in the way of an Uchiha. Good luck with that, moron. Once I get power, I'll raise Konoha to the ground and start it from scratch. And when I get power, I'll reform the Uchiha clan back to the glory days of Madara Uchiha. I'll be the leader of my clan and be unstoppable. But it got real silent when the two thought to themselves. But in order to achieve that, after dealing with everyone, I'll have to kill Menma/Sasuke too. Sorry, but you don't get to live to see that dream of yours. Soon after that, they remained silent and kept moving to the destination of the henchmen until a kunai was thrown right in front of the branch that Menma was supposed to step on, making him stop and Sasuke bump into him, both crashing down to the ground. You idiot! Why'd you stop? Sasuke glared at him, rubbing his forehead as his head crashed into the back of Menma's head. Menma looked back at him. Because I nearly got impaled by a kunai. We're under attack. That alerted Sasuke as he pulled out kunai and activated his Sharingan. The two were back to back before they were surrounded by 4 people. 3 of them were male whole, the last one was a female. One was a dark-skinned man with black, shaggy hair tied into a ponytail and black eyes. He was the second tallest member of the team and was always depicted with a confident grin on his face. Uniquely, he also had 6 arms and an eye on his forehead that was usually closed and concealed under his black Odo headband. Another one was a large and imposing young man, towering over the rest of his teammates. He had fair skin and narrowed, slanted orange eyes, usually depicted with a stern look on his face. He had 3 tufts of orange hair on his head, a mohawk of sorts that ran down the middle and 2 similar styled tufts of hair at the side. The last male had fair skin and straight gray color with long bangs that covered his right eye. He wore a green shade of lipstick and had dark markings around his eyes, giving him an androgynous appearance. The female of the 4 was a fair-skinned girl with a slender build and is the shortest member of the Sound 4. She had brown eyes that were accentuated by her eyelashes extending into the corners of her eyes and was usually sporting an impassive expression on her face. Her most distinctive feature was her long, untamed red hair that falls past her shoulders with long parted bangs framing either side of her face and one between her eyes. She also wore a black hat with pipe-like stripes and bandaged sides, keeping her bangs in place while the rest is pushed back behind her ears to trail down her back. Sasuke equally glared at all of them while Menma smiled at the girl, getting his best pickup line ready. Hey sweetness, did you come out of the oven? Because you're hot. The girl glared at him hard while the boys with her laughed at her. You fucking shit stain. Take your cheesy one-liners and shove them up your dick hole. Tayuya-chan, play nicely now. Shut the fuck up, you fat fuck. I don't know why you insist on trying to calm her down, Jirobo. She'll just keep cussing you out, the gray-haired one said. Yeah, but let's get to why we're here, shall we? The 6-armed dude said. We are the Sound 4. My name is Kidamaru. The gray-haired one spoke. Name's Sakan. I'm Jirobo, the Bigon said. And I'm Tayuya, the girl said, still glaring holes into Menma. Well, if we're greeting each other now, I guess I should give it a whirl. I'm Menma Uzumaki Namikaze. Sasuke Uchiha. That name got the Sound 4 to widen their eyes in shock. They only expected to get Menma to join them today, seeing as Orochimaru was planning to retrieve Sasuke for a later date considering that Konoha must be beefing up their security after the invasion. Orochimaru will be very pleased with us that we not only got Menma for experimentation but Hlu also convinced his next vessel to join without even trying. He'll reward us for sure. Sakan thought with a grin, but it soon left once Sasuke spoke. So, Orochimaru sent you all to retrieve the idiot? You all don't look very strong to me. Sakan glared at the Uchiha. Well, look at the balls on this brat. Sakan, we don't have time for this. We still have to upgrade the Uchiha's curse mark and implant the artificial-tailed beast into the Uzumaki and get moving. We don't have time to be picking fights right now, Kidamaru argued. Sakan growled. Even he had to admit Kidomaru was right. He'd rather not get on Orochimaru's bad side. He glared at them, releasing another growl. Hurry up over here. We don't have much time considering your villages must be looking for you too. Jirobo, get the coffin ready. Tayuya, put the Uzumaki to sleep with your genjutsu and keep him asleep. Kidomaru, you handle the ceiling. I'll do the Uchiha. The sound for members nodded their heads, agreeing to their roles as they began to prepare. Jirobo pulled out a huge cylinder bin with a huge lid with seals on it that concerned the two boys. Uzumaki, quickly. I'll explain to you what I'm about to do, but first, I'ma need you to take your shirt off. Menma frowned, hesitating, but Tayuya grabbed him. Oh, come the fuck on. Hurry up, like he wants to molest your ugly ass. Just go. We don't have all day. She ripped his shirt off to reveal his seal on his stomach, the 8 trigram seal. Kidomaru pulled out a gigantic scroll from nowhere and unrolled it, revealing in kanji that said 9 tails. Orochimaru-sama showed us how to do it. It's easy enough. He'll do the rest of the prep work for you when we get you there, but for now, we must seal Black 9 Tails into you. It is the test to see if you'll survive, since Black 9 Tails is the essence of Dark Chakra. You must fight its power to take over your body. If you don't, we'll have a raging-tailed beast on our hands and you will die in your own body. What he means to say is good luck, fuckstick. Before Menma can get a good word in, Tayuya pulled out her flute and began to play her genjutsu that knocked Menma right out so Kidomaru can begin the sealing. Everything went back for Menma as he was out like a light. Does he really have to be unconscious for this? Tayuya asked. No. But the reason Orochimaru told us to do it this way was because it's not as painful when the dark chakra enters his body. It's insanely powerful. Orochimaru-sama thought it was best to entrust Uzumaki with its power seeing, as he was the Jinchuriki of the original 9 Tails. Tayuya watched as Kidomaru went through hand seals and slammed his hands on Menma's stomach. Since the brat's father is the only one with the key to the seal, I'm going to have to, essentially, pick the lock on the seal. This essentially messes up the chakra coils of the person with the seal, but if the Black 9 Tails transference is a success, he won't need to worry about that. As he was focusing on the Uzumaki, the Uchiha was glaring at Sakan. The Otonin had taken him behind the bush to secret beat on him a little for his comment on him being weak, but he let it slide since he was trying to get this stupid mission over with. Well, kid, do you want this type of power or not? Come on. I haven't got all day. Sasuke glared at him harder. His Sharingan almost lit a blaze, but he calmed down. Right, so, come here and eat this, but if you do, I have to warn you though, you won't be quite right afterwards. Sasuke frowned as he stopped moving towards him. What do you mean? What happens if I eat this? Sakan smiled. Oh, nothing really. You eat them, you feel a bit fuzzy, you fart, you die a tiny bit, you know, the usual thing happens when you eat a pill. Wait, I die when I eat this. What the hell? Oh, you caught that tiny bit of information? That's so insignificant. Really? You just die, but not permanently. Jirobo has the coffin for you to use this jutsu. This pill will forcibly activate your curse mark and upgrade it to level 2 like ours. But you have to die in order for that to work, but with us here, it's only temporary, so don't worry your little Uchiha head about it. We'll just wait for the Uzumaki to be done and we'll be all set to start the jutsu. So prepare yourself. Sasuke nodded his head as he turned his head to watch Menma's sealing of the Black 9 Tails into his body. Kidomaru had slammed his hand on the seal on the scroll and watched as the black chakra flew in the air in the form of a black fox with red devil eyes before it was absorbed into Menma's stomach. What type of chakra is that? It's black and evil and it makes my skin crawl. But it's crazy powerful. Why does he get that type of power? It belongs to me, an Uchiha. Just one more thing to do before I take over as Uchiha leader. Your days are numbered, Uzumaki. Meanwhile in Konoha, Naruto was seen rushing to the hospital with scrolls in his hand. He passed every ninja and civilian in his way, not in the mood for either their praises or their sympathy. He had to make it to the hospital in time, otherwise it would be too late. He slammed open the hospital doors and ran up the stairs to the 4th floor where, ignoring the receptionist's calls for him to stop, he ran to the last door on the right at the end of the hall and opened the door. Again. Why you could have used body flicker. Naruto smiled as he saw his fatality-injured fox familiar in the hospital bed, surrounded by the Luna, Takeo, and Seo. Sayori, Minato, Anko, Yakumo, and Haku were in there as well. The doctors who were personally in charge of Kichiro's recovery were Shizune and Kiba's sister, Hana Inuzuka, a veterinarian. An hour ago, Naruto and Sayori had found Kichiro lying on the floor bleeding out. Naruto, after having a panic attack, he tried to cover up the wounds himself and failing miserably. They were lucky, however, that Hana so happened to be taking a night stroll and took that route because her hounds lined to play in the forest near the gates. Once they saw her, they immediately asked for her help. Sayori explained the situation because Naruto was too busy crying and basically trying to stop the bleeding. Hana did immediate first aid to stop the bleeding, but a more serious surgery needed to be done, so they rushed to the hospital. Naruto went with them while Sayori went to get the others. She wasn't able to calm Naruto down on her own. She needed help. Once they got to the hospital, though, Shizune was about to clock out, but she saw Kichiro's condition as they burst in the hospital and immediately clocked back in. She assisted with the medication and tools Hana needed to help Kichiro, while Naruto remained in the waiting room a nervous wreck. He summoned Luna to inform her and she lost it too. She couldn't believe what she heard. Kurama, though, was dead silent, not saying a word, which he understood. He was definitely grieving in his own way. Seo and Takeo had also been summoned with Luna and both were shocked with the news as to how this could happen. With his team flooding in, Naruto had the comfort he needed as he prayed to all the gods listening that Kichiro lives. After good solid hour, Shizune and Hana came out to inform them that Kichiro was awake but really hungry. Naruto made it his mission to go grab Kichiro the best steak he ever had in his fucking life, which leads them to now. Yeah. Well, I didn't want leaves to get in your steak, buddy. Kichiro smiled. TT, thanks. Kichiro weakly got up, Luna helping him with her snout, gently pushing his rear. As he weakly stood, the fox slowly made his way to Naruto, who was trying his hardest to not bust out crying again. His little legs were barely able to keep him up. He looked to be so weak and frail compared to the happy jumping healthy fox he grew up with. Normally, Kichiro would be bouncing on the walls to get his meal. Now he can barely even stand. Naruto set the plate down as he watched Kichiro eat, but even that was a hassle for him. Yakumo cried little as she saw this. The fox that was so full of life was reduced to this. It was hard to watch. It was hard for Kichiro to swallow, so he simply backed away from the plate. Sorry. I can't eat that right now. Naruto frowned before he gave a hopeful smile. Don't worry, Kichikuen. As soon as you get better, I'll take you to get all the steak you can get. The room went quiet as Luna whimpered as she licked her son's face in affection, almost as if it was the last she'd ever get to do it. The room just watched in sadness while Naruto looked confused. Shizune looked at Minato, who nodded. Naruto, come with me outside for a moment, please? Naruto frowned, but he obeyed his father as left, leaving everyone to gather their thoughts. Minato stood across from Naruto, leaning on the left side of the hallway while Naruto stood on the right to face him. What's going on, Minato? Naruto, I don't even know where to begin. How about the beginning, dude? Naruto said also sagely. Minato let that comment slide, as the younger blonde won't be so humorous in a minute. Naruto, Kichiro isn't gonna get better. Naruto scoffed. Please, shows what you know. Kichiro's strong. He can pull through anything. Believe it. Crap, I sound like Kushina. Fuck, no, Naruto. Shizune and Hana told me themselves. They were able to save his respiratory organs so he can breathe, and all but the blow to the kidneys was what did him in. His kidneys are shutting down, he has but days left. I'm so sorry, Naruto. Well, we'll give him new ones then. Immediately he stopped talking bullshit. Bullshit that would make him feel better. Somehow he knew. He just didn't want to believe it. The wounds on Kichiro were serious. The holes in his lower half were enormous. He was surprised to even find out he was still alive after that, but he still had some hope in him that he would make it out of this. Looks like it was misplaced. He cried so much already, he didn't even know how to react this anymore. He just felt blank now. Naruto looked at his father as he saw his worried face at the lack of response, afraid that Naruto would explode, but the lack of explosion was what was really troubling. He analyzed his father before speaking again, realizing something. There's a reason you brought me out here, Minato. Something you're going to tell me that will make me react. Tell me what it is. Minato frowned. Did he have to be so goddamn readable? He sighed. He might as well come clean. No reason hiding it anymore. Besides, he originally brought him out here to tell the truth anyway. Naruto. Over the same time, Kichiro was brutally attacked. Both Genin Sasuke Uchiha and former Genin Menma Uzumaki has defected from Konoha. Naruto nodded his head. Mentally he was calm, but his body began trembling with rage, as it had already pieced together what he was trying to say. It was then and only then he heard Kurama, but the Fix didn't speak. He growled. It was an attack growl. He knew it too, but they only needed the confirmation from the Hokage. And the wounds on Kichiro's body matched to similar wounds caused by the Rasengan and Chidori from other autopsy reports of other criminal corpses. Kurama roared in his cage as started to act like the wild beast that he was known for. Kill him. Their blood. I want their blood soaking these bars you have me in. You hear me? Naru Yu Ututu. Naruto, meanwhile, stayed rather calm. The reason why Kichiro will die is because the lightning chakra had shocked him good from the inside, damaging his organs good. His heart for the most part. It's a miracle he's still alive, but dash. Minato stopped talking as he saw his son's face. His eyes were closed so Minato couldn't see the emotion behind them, but he noticed the aura Naruto gave off. I see, he said as he noticed his whiskers began to deepen and his nails grew to a sharp length. His canine teeth began to form more houndish and his hair became wild. Minato watched him in shock, but what really frightened them was when Naruto opened his eyes. They were bloodshot red with the red slit for pupils. Well, he's just going to have to die now, huh? No. He's already dead. Fucker just doesn't know it yet. And then Naruto. Wait. I wouldn't dash. Minato shut himself all the way the fuck up when he saw Naruto land his bloodlust eyes on Minato himself. He wasn't gonna stop that. I was gonna make this an official mission to retrieve the two as your first mission as Chunin. You may pick your squad yourself, so get them back. Alive. Naruto glared at Minato a bit, but he walked off to begin recruitment for the mission he was given, but before he left, he walked back into the room. Naruto turned to Luna, her fox eyes widening at her appearance. Come, we have a mission and I may need you. You too, Sayori, you come too. I'll debrief you while we head to get Shikamaru. We'll need him as well. Yakumo, Anko, Haku. Watch out for him, please. He spoke in a dominant voice that made Luna follow. With our lives, Naruto-kun, Yakumo said with a sad smile as she petted the injured fox. Naruto walked out with the fox and the Uchiha. Naruto-kun, what happened to you? What's going on? Sayori asked. I'll explain on the way. Now we're going to Shikamaru's house, and explain he did. While they were making their way to the Nara residence, Naruto told them everything Minato told him, and Sayori was livid with her brother. He not only nearly murdered a harmless fox that was close to her almost as much as he was to Naruto, but he abandoned the village and his clan. She'll beat him to oblivion so she can drag his ass home to face justice. She just hopes that she gets the chance to before Naruto gets his hands on Sasuke. She won't get the chance afterwards to get him. Luna was absolutely pissed. She was ready for blood, Menma and Sasuke's blood. After explaining it to them, Naruto looked at Luna and moved his mouth to speak, but the white fox spoke. Don't you dare go blaming yourself for this, Naruto. You are my kit, just as much as my little Kichiro. He never blamed you for his condition, and neither will I. The ones that are to blame are out there, and I want them found. She spoke in her alpha voice that made Naruto nod his head. He sympathized with her. He wanted to rip Menma's vocal cords out and shove them in his eyes. He will not live to see past this day, he promises. The trio made it to the Nara compound that was on the west side of Konoha, near the academy. Naruto moved to the door of Shikamaru's house and knocked. After waiting a few moments, a woman opened the door. Oh, hello there, Naruto-san? Why are you here at such an early hour? Naruto gave a sad smile. Even though all of this was happening tonight, He didn't want to shake anyone up. To be honest, not very well, Narasama. Hey, is Shikamaru in? We have a very important mission to take care of. Yoshino widened her eyes at that but nodded her head, understanding her son was being called in. Don't you worry. Even if he's asleep, I'll wake that lazy bastard up. You want the father too? He can go too after the nasty things he had the nerve to say yesterday. Actually Shika dash. Trust me. Husbands. They are so immature. Like boys really. My mate won't even stop by to give me roses and ask me out on any dates anymore and still asks for sex. The nerve of him, Luna said as she jumped up in the step. Karama growled. How in the fuck am I supposed to get you flowers and take you on dates if I am stuck in a child? Wait. Not like that, I mean in a bad way. Wait, that still sounds wrong, I mean in a good but bad way. Wait dash. Oh, give it a rest, you undercover pedophile. Naruto shouted back before turning to Yoshino. No, Shikamaru is fine, thank you. Yoshino nodded and rushed up to the young Nara's room to wake him. A few minutes later, Shikamaru came down in a black t-shirt with his clan symbol labeled on the front of his shirt in tan brown and gray shorts. Ah, what a drag. Naruto. Sayori? What is it? Can't you see it's nearly 7 in the morning? Shut the fuck up. Look, we need you for a mission. It's important. Shikamaru kept running his eyes, not even looking at them. Important? How important is it to disturb me? Menma and Sasuke have abandoned the village. Sayori spoke, which got Shikamaru to look shocked. The tiredness left his body after hearing that. They what? Luna spoke. Yep. They left but not before they brutally attack my son. Where they went is a mystery to us, but we can still pick up their trail, but we need to get ready. I'll assemble the rest of the members I want with my shadow clones, and we'll all be at the front gate. Shikamaru nodded his head. Okay, got it. Man, such a drag. Just move. Naruto spoke as he grabbed onto Sayori and Luna and body flickered to the gate, leaving the lazy Nara at his own front door. Why me? What did I do to deserve this in my simple life? With Naruto, the trio made it to the gate very quickly with Naruto's new jutsu. He explained the mission to the guards at the gate so they would let them pass. After that, there was silence between the three for a few minutes as they waited. In their own minds, the reality of the situation was really hitting them hard as to what had just transpired all in just a few hours. Menma and Sasuke leaving the village was a huge thing on its own. This was more so bad on Sasuke's end rather than Menma's, as the Uchiha is still a shinobi at the end of the day, but Menma is also a part of the Uzumaki clan that resides in Konoha. Even if he's not a shinobi anymore, he has to deal with the clan rather than the village laws. They were deserting, especially after the few crimes that they have committed during their short careers as ninja. It's prison time once they were caught. But the extra baggage that hung on the three was Kichiro's fate. He was the sunshine of the team, even Naruto had to admit. He was the spark of Naruto. You didn't know Naruto without knowing Kichiro, that was the catch. Those two were inseparable, but to have this happen was punch in the face by a fist-shaped brick that also so happened to wear brass knuckles. It hurt. A lot. All Naruto truly wanted to do was stamp his feet and cry to get his way, to get Kichiro back, but there was no hope. If I'm going through this much pain, how is Lunaka-chan feeling right now? He thought as he watched the white fox look so heartbroken. They couldn't save him. Medical ninjutsu has only gotten so far. Kichiro was going to die in a few days and Naruto would be going on without a wingman. He wanted to curl up in a ball and just cry, but not now. He had a person to kill. Naruto? The blonde looked up to see Sayori, looking at him with sadness. What are you prepared to do? Huh? He asked, confused. He's your brother. No matter what he has done to you, no matter the pain he has caused you, that's family. He's kin in blood. He's Dash. My brother? No. I'd quicker acknowledge Naruto as my sister rather than him. He wasn't my brother. Kichiro? He was my brother. Menma killed him. So I'll kill Menma. Done deal. Sayori nodded. She thought as much and agreed to his thoughts. But sitting here, thinking about it more, he began as Luna and Sayori listened. Killing him would be too easy for me. I could do it now, I could have done it then. Killing him would be quick. I want that bitch to suffer. I hate him, I can't help how I feel. There was a time when he wasn't such a little shit, but that was when we were in diapers, and even then, he was a bit of a demon child. Abominations like Menma need to be stopped, it's done. But through Konoha's justice system or my own, that's what I'm struggling with right now, because there were people Menma wronged that still need justice too. I don't know what to really do, he said, but looked at the Uchiha. But it must be a bit more difficult for you, I think, he responded, getting Sayori to nod. What do you remember about Sasuke? Naruto asked. She dug down real deep in her brain. What did she remember of Sasuke? From their first words, her and Sasuke were inseparable, always playing and hassling their elder brother to play with them too, who just immediately shook them off because he was in the academy and had homework. They were always playing with each other. There was rarely a time when one twin was smiling and the other was gloomy. They were real close. When it was their turn to go into the academy, however, it began to get competitive between them, but it was healthy sibling rivalry. Sasuke was better at taijutsu and shuriken jutsu, while Sayori had better control over her chakra and fire jutsu. They would keep tabs on the other and grow together. They would even train together, help one another with jutsu and skills that were too difficult to learn on their own. Then it became a competition to see who had most of their father's pride, which really shook things between them. Fugaku didn't want any girls, only powerful men for sons, so that alone was hard enough to get praise from the man for Sayori, but Sasuke milked it for what it was worth. Fugaku barely paid any attention to her, while he would spend time with Sasuke and teach him how to be a true Uchiha, while she was more humble, like her mother and elder brother. Anything she did was thwarted by Sasuke's gender and standing with father, and because of that, he warped Sasuke's mind to be the true Uchiha heir after Itachi declared he'd rather not be heir to a bunch of, in his words, pompous-ass copycats. It was then that Fugaku would groom Sasuke, the next boy, to be head, which gave them the Sasuke today, person who only fights for power. Sayori frowned. The Sasuke I remember isn't like the Sasuke of now. Granted, I wasn't any better dash. Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. She playfully glared at him before continuing. The Sasuke I remember was a good and cheerful person. It was only until our worthless-ass father threw a wrench in his mind. My mother was right. He poisoned Sasuke's mind. Naruto frowned. I don't know if I can ever truly forgive Sasuke for what he's done, but Sayori, the reason I'm bringing you on this mission is so you can deal with Sasuke yourself. An Uchiha can only be dealt with by another Uchiha. I mean, I can kill him, but dash, you didn't want me or the clan to feel some type of way about it, right? Given that an Uzumaki, a clan related to the Senju, has yet again taken down a Uchiha. Understandable. Besides, I've devoted myself in what I have to do should he resist me. I just need to remember the reason I'm doing this for. To remember the Sasuke I knew and banish the Sasuke everyone sees to hell. Literally or figuratively, it all depends on him. Naruto nodded. He can get behind that. He believes that Sayori will do what is best for her and for Sasuke. He'll trust her, though he could never relate her and Sasuke with him and Menma. The trio just waited in silence after that. Nothing else to really touch on since they talked about everything. After waiting almost 20 minutes, a large group consisting the Uzumaki and Uchiha clan respectively, minus Fugaku, Kushina marched up to Naruto with tears leaving her face. Naruto, your brother dash. Don't you ever call that bastard my brother again? He's dead to me and soon to you all too once I get my hands on him. Fucker will wish Minato pulled out. Jiraiya ignored that and moved to trying to reason. Naruto, please hear us out? We heard from Minato about what happened to your fox friend. Naruto, I'm sure Menma didn't mean to dash. Didn't mean to? Well, in that case, I didn't mean to slit his throat. I didn't mean to stomp of his fucking head. I didn't mean to watch him bleed out as I slice him open with my sword. Naruto shouted. But Naruto, he's your brother. You can't do this. Tsunade yelled. I can and I will. End of discussion. Naruto, Tuchan, stop this. Menma and Naruto are about to kill each other. Minato looked at his son's face and saw the anger, betrayal, and hurt in his features. He sighed. Naruto, I want you to try and take him back alive to start, but if he keeps pushing, do what you wish. Naruto nodded at his father. a dead or alive mission. He enforced Naruto bring him alive, but he didn't forbid his death. Minato was truly the only one with brains in the family. I'll do my best, but I can't guarantee. One Menma's end. Or my own. The Uzumaki and Sannin were in shock at Minato's lack of care of Menma. Kushina started. Minato dash. Kushina. Menma is a criminal now. He had injured a comrade by using her as a shield. He had disobeyed a direct order from his superior, not Inky endangering the lives of the civilians but also his comrades, and now, after being under strict house arrest, he has abandoned the village. Stop making excuses for our failures and accept it. Menma is our fault, and the only way to fix it is to really capture and detain him or put him down for good. That's it. But he's our son. Well, he clearly did not think of it like that when he left you. Don't you see? Menma isn't the sweet boy you think he is. He's a monster who will get worse if left free or alive, Naruto said. The mother remained silent as she pondered it over of what he said. As she did, the Uchihas finally spoke. Naruto, I don't even know where to begin to say how sorry I am for what happened. If you hate us, I understand. Makoto spoke with tears forming in her eyes. He waved her off. No, Makoto-san, I could never hate you over something that someone else has done. Even if he's related to you, even if he's your son, it wasn't you. Makoto smiled happily and hugged him. It will be okay, Naruto. I have a feeling that even though it's dark and gloomy right now, things will clear up. I'm sure of it. Naruto sighed as they released each other. I hope so. I really do. Well, Kasama has spread word around the clan, and it already looks like Sasuke isn't going to receive a warm welcome back into the clan anytime soon. Itachi spoke. Whatever happens out there, I want you two to know that neither I, nor Kasama, nor any of the Uchiha clan blame you from what happens. To Sama, unfortunately, I don't know about him, but be ready for him. Sayori sighed. Of course her father would side with her own brother who deserted the clan. Even in betrayal, Sasuke would still receive his favoritism. Like I care anymore, she thought. She turned to look over the village and saw the others that were joining them for their mission. Naruto, said Blonde, looked over to where she was looking and nodded his head. It was time to begin their mission. There in front of them was none other than Shikamaru, Kiba, Lee, Niji, and Choji. Good, you're all here. Lee, are you alright to continue? I know that you were injured recently, so I don't want you to push yourself. Lee did his pose and smiled. Nonsense. I am good to go. I've been waiting for a mission since Tsunade Samoa has discharged me, and I've been training my body and youth to the top ever since. Please allow me to continue. I shall bring Sasuke and Menma back with my own 2 fists. If not, I shall run laps around the fire border 200 times. If I can't do that, I shall dash. Lee, we get it, Niji said, having enough of his teammates' motivational banter. Minato coughed to get their attention. Well, I know Naruto has already debriefed you on the situation, but let me start over to refresh everyone's minds. As of 9 o'clock tonight, reported by one of the guards patrolling, Menma Uzumaki and Sasuke Uchiha have defected the village. Their destination is unknown, but that does not matter. Your task is to bring back both Menma and Sasuke alive, or dead if the situation calls for it. Naruto and Shikamaru, you two will be co-captains. The 2 boys nodded. Naruto started to speak. I don't know how y'all feel about both Menma and Sasuke. If it's anything that will hinder the mission, bury it. We don't need any reckless actions tonight. As of tonight, both Menma and Sasuke are deemed traitors to the Konoha and will be treated as such. We have gone to the academy with them, we were raised alongside them, we were comrades, and to me and Sayori we were brothers once. Do I want to kill Menma? Definitely. No doubt about it. What he did tonight was too far. Before this, I just despised him. Now, I fully loathe and hate him with every fiber of my being. What he's done is unforgivable, but after calming down and assessing everything, I'll do what my mission tells me. I'll try to convince his lame ass to come back home. And I won't be persistent, Hokage-sama. If he resists, I'll kill him. He's on razor-thin ice. If I can do it, even with the pain he's caused me, I expect you all to do it much easier. Shikamaru? Something to say. The Nara side. What a drag, you basically took my speech from me. You covered the mortality of the mission, so I'll cover the rest. Is everyone prepared? Weapons? Rations? Anything you might need. Now's your last chance. The group nodded their heads, they have everything they need. Look, the formation will be like this. Kiba, you will be in the front. With your and Akamaru's snout, you'll track Menma and Sasuke. You'll look ahead all the time. After Kiba, Sayori. With your Sharingan, you can counter any attack by predicting it all while also assisting Kiba with your eyes on any given traps they have. Next up, me, the lazy asshole. I'll be able to pull out patterns and strays when the situation calls for it. I got to look forward to, but I have a better view than Kiba. Next, Naruto. My second in command dash. Wait. Hold up. Second in command. Yes, you woke me up for this, so I'll take lead. You are behind me. In terms of well-rounded abilities, you're the best. You can dish out any attack given my command, plus I'm guessing the White Fox is tagging along. Your job is to look left for any attacks. Naruto groaned. Oh, all right. Next up, Choji following Naruto. Choji, you're physically the strongest out of us. You can deliver a final surprise attack at the enemy when we're in doubt. You'll be looking right. Niji, you're up last. With your Byakugan, we can get a clear image of who's behind us for an ambush and watch our six at any time. Everyone cool with their positions? Yes, they spoke. Right, well, let's move dash. Wait. Naruto knew that Banshee scream anywhere. Nope, not about to hear this. Let's move out. The others agreed with her, not keen on hearing Haruno's bitching and moaning. They ran off outside the gates. The Uzumaki and Uchihas waving them off with crazy Sakura being held down by Itachi's genjutsu. Menma, I hope you're ready, 'cause once I see you, you're fucking history.